If you're a developer, you know the feeling. You need to do something with a PDF file using Python. It sounds so simple, right? Maybe you're automating some reports or merging a few documents. But as you'll see, the reality can get, well, a little complicated. Let's dive in.
Here's a quote from a fellow developer on Reddit, and it probably sounds super familiar. You've got a folder, it's full of PDFs, and you have one simple goal. Just merge them together. It's a task that feels like it should take 5 minutes, but it gets complicated fast. We've all been there, staring at the screen, wondering where it all went wrong.
And that's really the heart of it, isn't it? This isn't some complex algorithm we're talking about. It's a super common everyday task. You write a few lines of code, you hit run, and instead of that beautifully merged PDF, you just get a screen full of angry red error messages. That frustration, that's exactly what we're going to solve today.
Okay, so here's the exact line of code that caused all the trouble. On the left, the code tries to add the folder path, which is a single string of text, directly to PDF files, which is a whole list of different file names. And Python just throws its hands up and gives you this type error. It's basically saying, hey, I can't just glue one piece of text onto an entire list of things. That doesn't make any sense.
So how do we fix this? More importantly, how do we turn that confusing error message into a smooth, reliable script that just works? Our whole mission here is to give you the code and really the concepts to finally master PDF manipulation in Python.
All right, let's meet the hero of our story, the PyPDF library. Now, if you've been working with Python for a while, you've probably heard of its predecessor, PyPDF2. Well, think of PyPDF as the modern, actively maintained, and much improved version. It's really the go-to toolkit for a huge range of PDF tasks, everything from merging and splitting to encrypting and even watermarking.
And here is the fix, right on the right-hand side. Notice 2 key changes. First, we're now looping through each individual file in our list of files. That's a huge difference. And second, and this is so critical, we're using os.path.join. Instead of just smashing 2 strings together and hoping for the best, os.path.join intelligently builds the full, correct file path. It's the proper Pythonic way to do it, and it works flawlessly on any operating system.
So let's boil that fix down into a simple, repeatable process. It's really just 5 steps. 1. You create a PDF writer object. 2. You loop through your list of PDFs. 3. Inside that loop, you just append each file to the writer. 4. After the loop's done, you .write everything out to a new, single file. And 5, and this is super important, you have to .close the writer to make sure everything is saved properly and you don't lock up the file. That's it. That's the core logic for merging PDFs right there.
Okay, so merging? Solved. But what about something a little more advanced? Let's take on another really common business request, adding a watermark to protect our documents.
First, a quick but really important distinction, and this comes right from the PyPDF docs. When we say stamp, we mean an overlay, something that sits right on top of the existing content. But when we say watermark, we're usually talking about an underlay, something that appears in the background, behind all the text and images. The process is almost the same, but the final look is totally different. For our example, we're going to focus on that classic background watermark.
Now, let's put this into a real-world scenario. Imagine you've got quarterly sales reports, budget forecasts, all these sensitive documents. You need to combine them all into one master report for the leadership team, but every single page, without exception, has to be marked as confidential. This is the perfect job for a Python script.
So the workflow here actually involves 2 fantastic libraries working together as a team. First, we'll use a library called Report Lab to create a brand new temporary PDF that exists only in our computer's memory. This PDF just contains our watermark text styled and rotated exactly how we want it. Then we switch back to PyPDF. We use it to open our main document, loop through every single page, and use the .merge page method to apply that watermark we just created. Finally, we save the result.
And here's the beautiful result. Our script took those separate, plain reports and, in one go, stamped a confidential watermark on every single page, and then merged them all into a final, secure master document. I mean, that is the power of automation right there.
So,
It seems like PyPDF is the undisputed champion, right? It's got tons of features, it's pretty easy to use, it's perfect. Or is it? What happens when your main concern isn't just features, but raw, blistering speed? What if you're not processing a handful of files, but thousands of really large documents?
Well, the difference in performance can be absolutely dramatic. Check this out. A developer ran a test merging 5 large PDFs. The old PyPDF2 library, it took over a minute. PyMu-PDF, less than 2 seconds. And then there's PDFW, which did it in just over half a second. That is an absolutely astonishing difference in speed.
And this brings us to what might be the most important takeaway of all. There is no single best library. It's all about choosing the right tool for your specific job. If you need a ton of features and something that's easy to get started with, PyPDF is a fantastic choice. But if all you care about is pure, unadulterated speed for merging files, then PyMu-PDF or PDRW are clearly your answer. It's not about good versus bad, it's about making a strategic decision.
And you know what? Don't let this variety of tools scare you, because the fundamental logic, input, process, output, is almost always the same. While the specific function names might change from one library to the next, the core thinking process you're learning is totally transferable. And that's the most valuable skill you can have.
So, to help you make that strategic choice, here's a quick little guide. Think of PyPDF as the standard, your reliable do-it-all tool. PyMu-PDF is the speed demon, amazing for performance and also for complex image work. PDRW is the specialist, built for one thing, lightning-fast merging. And finally, ReportLab is the artist, the best tool to use when you need to create a beautiful, brand new PDF from a completely blank canvas.
So, we started with one simple, frustrating error, and we ended up with a whole toolkit. You now have the logic to merge files, the workflow to watermark them, and the strategy to choose the perfect tool for any job that comes your way. The only question left is, what tedious PDF task will you automate next?